Hey y'all. Okay, so this is I don't even know how many times I've recorded this video, so whew, y'all are experiencing lightweight frustration on this Dear Frustrated Believer post, okay? So anyway, I wanted to come on and testify about my infertility situation going on, and I wanted to reply to this comment right here. I think I'm going to try to do shorter videos so then that way I don't have issues. I don't know if that's the problem or not, but I'm going to get right into it. First of all, I tried to get my medical records on my online so that I can give you guys accurate timelines, but it had been too long, and so I couldn't have access to that, and I would have had to like talk to medical records and get them to send. It was just too much. So I'm going to try to do the timeline as accurately as possible. So me and my husband started trying to conceive our second child in 2012. We had already had a son in 2010, okay, and we conceived him 7 months after we got married. And so we didn't think there would be any problem trying to have or conceive our second child. So probably 6 months into it, I started to worry a little bit, like, okay, God, like, is this not your will? Like, am I doing too much? Because sometimes I be doing the most, okay? Let me know, did we skip a step? Like, what's going on? And so I began to like really pray about it. And I began to study different women in the Bible who were barren, who dealt with the same situation, and kind of trying to see how their posture was, how did they get their breakthrough, and different things of that nature. So probably in 2013, no, 2014, we started like making doctor's appointments and stuff like that, because at that point I'm like, okay, it's been 2 years, like something's definitely up, like we need some medical intervention. We had spent that time just kind of believing God and praying and just continuously trying, but we had no medical intervention up until that point. So I went to the doctor and he started me on this drug called Clomid. Okay, if you don't know what Clomid is, it's like this hyper ovulation medication. Like, it makes you ovulate like extra. That's probably not the proper way to explain that, but that's basically what it does. Okay. And so I did a list of blood work. He started me on that medication, and when I say I ran to the pharmacy, y'all, I mean I probably ran out of the office and ran straight to the pharmacy without even getting in my car. Okay. And so and back then I worked in the building where my OB was, because I was a medical assistant, and I worked in different specialties. And so I would float around to different departments, and they were able to get me in and out, because when you do infertility treatment, you have to have appointments in a timely, like you have to have your appointments within a certain time gap, especially if you're getting infertility like treatment as far as like IUIs or IVF or anything like that. It has to be within a certain time. So, anywho, I left there. I did my blood work. I went and I got the medication. I started it right away. But with that medication, you can have side effects, in which I experienced mood swings and cramps. And so the cramps, oh my gosh, the cramps was so bad, y'all. I remember having to use like a heating pad literally every single night. And the mood swings was not any better, okay? All right, so stay tuned for part 2, because